Hey everybody and welcome to Norland. It's been a while since we played this one. We're going to be going back to the beginning because, well, they've done a lot of updates since the game got a bit of a delay, and a lot of things have changed. It's still going into early access this Thursday, July the 18th, right when Tacticon starts. But Hooded Horse was nice enough to send over an early copy for me to cover this as we did. With the preview build back, I think, in March of this year. So, yeah, like I said, it is going into early access on Thursday, July the 18th, and will be on sale for the first 2 weeks. And, yeah, I don't know a price, I just know it will be on sale, as usual, with the Hooded Horse titles as they release. So, first 2 weeks is a good time to get it, and I'm going to be posting a little more than I would normally post, with like one a week typically. I'm going to be posting a little more of this so I can see if, or I can get you all to see if you want to play the game or buy it yourself. So, yeah, let's begin. Let's do a new game. We're going to run through the tutorial, because the tutorial has been completely redone.
Nearly 200 years have passed
Thank you for
since
waiting
the
for me
end
to
of the
finish
devastating
talking.
religious war. The empire fell, and its former provinces eventually became barbarian kingdoms. The church managed to revive hope, and peace and prosperity reigned over the ruins of the former civilization. Over time, the influence of the church only grew. But history is cyclical, and power cannot remain in one's hands for long. Wars between kingdoms flare up one after another. Hunger and poverty force people to abandon their homes and seek refuge in neighboring settlements. Can your dynasty unite the kingdoms and halt the advance of the Dark Ages? From this moment on, history is written by you.
Dun dun dun. So there you have it. This is where we begin our journey in Norland, and we'll see how it goes. I know it was really difficult for me to get into the first time, and that was just because I didn't know how long the saves were going to last, and I'm glad I didn't build myself up a huge save, only to have it ripped out from my hands. So yeah, the UI, as you can tell, immediately the UI has been kind of cleaned up, and it looks a lot better. You were in charge of helping a noble family of lords who own a province in Norland achieve prosperity, security, and personal ambition. Your lords obey your commands, but they also have their own will. Your history is just beginning. Use the WAS and D keys, the left mouse button held down, or the mouse wheel to move the camera. Zoom in and out using the mouse wheel. When you need to stop and think, pause the game by pressing the space bar or the button in the bottom right corner. That one right there. However, sometimes it makes sense to speed up time. For example, at night when everyone is asleep. Try different game speeds using the 1, 2, 3 keys or the time control button in the lower right corner of the screen. While you can only directly give orders to your lords, all characters in Norland have thoughts and needs. If these needs are not met, characters will become unhappy and start causing problems. Select the lord by clicking on their portrait. Click on the Mood tab in the character menu to see their thoughts and needs. The most basic of needs are food and rest, which are replenished by consuming food and alcohol. You have a stock of provisions for the time being, but it's necessary to ensure reliable food and alcohol production so your characters don't go hungry. To do this, let's learn how to construct and manage buildings, starting with managing builders. In Norland, you may only control the noble family, so you need to assign a manager to oversee the workers in the building. The instructions given by the managing lord are sufficient for 3 days, and on average one lord can manage 7 to 10 buildings. Select the hall, appoint a manager, and there you go. just have to wait for Og and Yanka to distribute the orders to the workers. Have their own version of Simlish. You gonna do your orders? You just have to wait. Speed up time. Actually, no, time was already sped up. Great. The workers are now aware of your plans and ready to start building. Wood is the primary resource used in construction, so our first priority is to build a lumber mill. Okay. Let's go down to the lumber mill. Build it right here. Can't mess that up because it only lets you build it in one place. Now let's build a rutabaga field to ensure everyone has food. After choosing the construction site, exit and wait for the construction to be completed. Let's speed up time. We can watch them build. That's fun. I always love watching these old characters build. So there you have it. Now we just need to wait on the rutabaga field to be built. He pulled his hammer out once. There we go. Now we're getting the rutabaga field built. Slowly but surely we're going to get it built. There we go. Since the employees need instructions, don't forget to assign managers to the new buildings. Note that the higher the Lord's management skill, the more additional product the building will produce under their management. Select Lumber Mill and appoint a manager. Select that and appoint a manager. You can quickly assign managers using right click. Okay, wait for the instructions to be explained to the workers. Well, workers, you need to plant and harvest rutabagas. You got that? Workers, you need to plant and harvest trees. You got that? Good. Don't fail me. Y'all don't fail me either. We need food to survive. I just dumbed down those orders so much. I'm such a good king. Great, we have food production sorted out. Now it's time for alcohol, which helps to relieve fatigue after a hard day's work. We already have built a brewery for alcohol production, so let's create an order for the production of the cheapest type of alcohol, moonshine, which is made from rutabaga. Open the production menu. Do until X. We're going to have 100 moonshine in the warehouse. Now it's necessary to appoint a manager in the brewery, and the peasants will take rutabaga from the warehouse by themselves, and at the end of the working day they will bring the produced moonshine to the warehouse. Please note that you already have 50 units of moonshine. To complete the task of producing 100, you will need an additional 50, as one rutabaga produces one moonshine. Let's go to the brewery. Let's appoint a manager. Once the workers receive instructions, they will begin their duties. During the day they work, and in the evening they tend to their own needs, receiving a wage, which they use to buy food and alcohol from your markets and taverns. Do the taverns let them take the alcohol home and get drunk at home? If so, that's a market we need to tap, because they're going to love it. Ideally, each character will consume 1 unit of food and 1 unit of alcohol per day. Characters will try to purchase higher quality goods whenever possible. Lords receive alcohol and food for free, delivered to the hall by the servants who take it from the warehouse. Open the finance menu. On the right, under the daily expenses heading, you can see the daily wages. On the left, you can set the prices and quantity of each resource that's going to be sold to the peasants every evening. Peasants first try to buy food, and then use the remaining money on alcohol if they can afford it. By regulating prices and resource availability, you can influence their consumption of these resources, which affects their mood and financial saving, displayed on the right. Currently, workers' wages are 8 gold coins. The price of rutabaga is 4, and the price of moonshine is 7. This is not enough for peasants to buy both daily, so they will have to save for several days to go to the tavern. Let's reduce the price of moonshine to 4 gold coins so that workers can buy it every day with their wages. This will make them happier. Close the finance menu. By satisfying the needs of peasants, you increase their average mood, which affects migration. A high average mood will attract new workers to your city. Conversely, unhappy peasants will leave the city and become criminals. Let's find out what concerns them the most. So, at the bottom, the strongest negative thoughts are written, along with the number of characters that share them. All 7 of our peasants think that the rutabaga is tasteless and the moonshine is repulsive. We can see here that they are displeased, and we can resolve this by producing higher quality product. But we can't do that without specialized knowledge contained in books. But where can we get them? Here comes the Holy Caravan to the rescue. They will sell us books and give us much needed gold for our other resources. Gold circulates through the economy of Norland in 3 ways: the pockets of migrants, trade with neighbors, and the Holy Caravan. Holy Caravan arrives in the evening every 1 to 3 days and is the main source of gold, holy rings, books, and prisoners. Right, wait until the caravan arrives at its destination, click on the leader, and select the lord to trade with them. As I said in my preview, this is very much RimWorld meets Crusader Kings. If you like either of those IPs, you'll probably like this. Or play those IPs, maybe? Right, Trader. So we can now click on the trader. Trade. Let's use Looterad. I like that you just can't click on them and trade. That's a nice little touch. So there's our trade. The church supports the neutral balance of supply and demand. If you start selling too much product, the sale price will decrease. But for now, we shouldn't let this worry us. Sell 30 units of the moonshine you just produced. Buy the book Hot Field and Beer. Close the window. Okay. So we want to sell 30 units of moonshine. We want to buy Hot Field and Beer. Now that we have a book on how to grow hops and produce beer, you can study it in the library through the knowledge menu. Books can be written in different languages, but most are written in the imperial language. Open the menu and assign a lord to start studying brewing. You have the best knowledge of all, so we're going to use you. Besides managing buildings, the lords can also carry out other tasks. However, they will refuse to do anything if they are unhappy. So there's one of them that's unhappy. Let's see what happened. He wants some holy rings. torturous desire. He wants to torture. If you hover your mouse over the desire icon, you will see that this Lord drained of holy rings. The rings that appear in the resource list in the upper left corner belong to your king and are in his inventory. Click the action button. King. Reward. Wait for the king to reward the unhappy lord. We're going to bribe him. That's basically what we're going to do. We're about to bribe this man. The deal is happening, man. We're bribing one of our lords to be happy. Let's listen in on their conversation. Holy rings like the one you bestowed upon your lord cannot be produced. They can only be purchased from the holy caravan with gold. And since selling large volumes of goods lowers prices for the caravan, sometimes it makes sense to trade with neighbors, where prices remain more stable. Good segue. To enter into a trade contract, you must either be in the same state as your neighbor or have friendly relations with him. There are many ways to establish friendship with a neighboring king. Give him a gift, send your lord on a mission, or simply send your king to hunt together with him. Now let's improve the neighboring king's attitude towards yours so we can set them up a trade deal with them. Right, let's go to the world map. Go to Makha, Lords, Seraph, Flesh Wolf hunting. Wait until the kings have hunted together. We can click on his portrait. We're using Vitamil. We're going to go and click on him and see what he does. I can speed up time. We have 2 days, 16 hours left of those building orders. Have to keep an eye on that. Alright, so Vitamil has made it to the edge of the colony. Your kings had a great time together, and now the neighboring king considers you a friend. It's the perfect time to talk business. You're my friend now. Give me things. Give me alcohol. That's what friends do, right? They buy each other alcohol. Now we wait for the alcohol deal to be completed. I'm writing to express my delight at the inception of such a lucrative trade agreement. Not everyone can sheathe their sword and engage in negotiation. Our relationship with Seraph has improved, and as part of the trade agreement, Seraph will offer to buy 16 moonshine for 62 gold on a daily basis, which amounts to 4 per item. While the deal is active, every morning at 11, a button to sell moonshine will appear in the trade menu. The price negotiated by your lord will be honored even as prices fluctuate on the main marketplace. For the trade to take place, an available peasant from your city will be dispatched to the target city. The distance between your kingdoms means this kind of trade is not instantaneous. However, these regular exchanges don't require paper like other actions on the global map do, since your kings already agreed to the deal. Return to the local map by pressing the world map. Okay. Oh, Holy Sophia, bandits have stealthily approached our settlement. We must fight back. Fortunately, we have some time before they launch their attack. Open the army menu. Okay. So we have a few warriors, but we would like to increase our chances. You can have warriors by freeing prisoners, inviting unfortunate peasants, or hiring mercenaries. Fortunately, there's a group of mercenaries near the city ready to be hired right now. So let's hire a few. Every unit should be led by a lord. Okay, so let's click on the squad creation button. We're going to use looter add. Okay, create 6 warriors, 6 weapons. Now, wait for your warriors to pick up their weapons from the warehouse. Use the spacebar to start and stop time. Fight, my men and women. When the squad is selected, it's under your direct control. Click RMB on the enemy squad's banner to attack. Now we wait. Come here, you jerks. No casualties. The bandit squad has been defeated and their leader is vanquished. Your warriors will capture and take as hostages those who survived, and the peasants will bring them to the settlement later. Switch to the global map. Click on the bandit settlement. Assign, attack, on local map. Queue, send army. 82% chance of victory. I'm liking those odds. It's night. It's 10 o'clock, so I don't know if they're going to actually go. Nope, they're going to do it. Okay. Battle on the map. Really? Okay. When you initiate the attack, your squad is positioned on the left, while the enemy's on the right. Let's right-click on their banner and go say hello. Go give them a little welcoming party to the area by raising their camp. Hee hee. Hooray! No casualties once again. Bandit camp destroyed. Well, that's how you do it. During the game, you can always seek assistance by using the help menu. And I remember the help menu was really helpful, which I'd hope so if it says help. But with that, we're going to go ahead and wrap up. So if you enjoyed this episode of Norland, we'll be getting into our own game next time. But for now, that's going to do it. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. I'll see you tomorrow for another video. Thanks for watching.